that look all right to you guys? I don't know. I never used gas, but I would think that'd be a little explosive. I mean, slant six. Whose idea was it to put this engine in here at an angle or something?
Boys, this Dodge is a 1974 D100.
All right, so let's see if we can get this on here, you know. Well, don't hold your breath.
Welcome to RCindustry.
Look at the rust. Oh, hey. Yeah. Well, we're back on the Dodge today, so we gotta get this fuel pump taken off of here and a new one put on. If you remember from the last episode, we deduced through some, checking around and pulling the dipstick out, and it's this much over full, and it's full of gas, that the fuel pump is just draining the tank out of the back right into the crankcase. So, yeah. So hopefully, I had to order this. Go figure, they didn't have it on the shelf at the O'Reilly's, but they got it in right away. They had it in their Evansville one. So hopefully, oh my gosh, will this come out there? Hopefully, yeah, it's got a gasket too. That was nice. Yeah, and there's even instructions here. Looks pretty straightforward, huh? I don't know. Slant six, it ain't easy to get to, I can tell you that. All right, show you more. Okay, so you can see down in here, I went ahead and took the coil wire off and number one plug wire out. So down in amongst all this dirt and grease, there's a bolt and a bolt. And of course, I'm gonna take some vice grips and pinch this off, because the fuel's going to just run right out of the tank in the back since it's up higher than the vehicle. And we got to take this fitting loose. So actually that fuel pump sits upside down from the way I held it in my hand. That's interesting. But, you know, it is a slant six. So let me get down in here and get all greasy and get this kind of taken loose, and I'll show you more. Oh my goodness. I would bring you in here, but I don't know how to get you in here. Quarter of a turn at a time here. I think. Helps if you use the right size bolt. I mean, slant six. Whose idea was it to put this engine in here at an angle or something? This just don't make much sense. I can almost get my hand on that, but not quite. That thing there's in the way. Maybe I can go through there. No? I don't know. I gotta try to get my fingers down in there and get that out of there. I'm sure you guys can see everything right now. And it's tight enough it won't. Still gotta use the wrench. It's nice that it's so greasy too. That's very helpful. Is this like a Chevy where you gotta run the little bolt down in there to hold the rod? I don't know. Oh, well, there's my hat. That helps. All right, well, let's do a little comparison here. Just to kind of see if this looks the same. This one's got a spring here where this one does not. What now? Hello?
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 Hey, good morning, Cindy here. So, I am here to help you with some exciting new benefits recently announced in your state, which can reduce your financial burden. Just to confirm your eligibility, are you under the age of 65?
Why?
I don't need any confidential information. All I am asking are basic questions that will help me get you the best benefits from Annual Enrollment 2025. I just don't want you to miss out on some of the new benefits, which include free mental health care, pediatric and maternity care, and even free hospitalization. So you are under the age of 65, right? Sorry, I couldn't hear. Can you confirm if you are under the age of 65?
Why?
Your concern is valid, but all of these are just basic questions to determine your eligibility. So can you confirm if you are under the age of 65?
I will not.
Okay, but you can always reach us again if you want to explore this. Take care. Bye.
Well, don't hold your breath.
Okay, well, as we were talking before we were rudely interrupted by someone trying to sell me something I don't need, let's kind of look, because I'm concerned this is taller than this. I mean, that's pretty obvious here. So is that going to affect this line going up there? And then my other thing is, like I said, that doesn't have a spring right there. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess the first thing would be to do is make sure this will fit down in there. Looks like the holes are virtually the same. So, all right, let's clean that up down there a little bit and get that gasket off. And then we'll do a dry fit and you know, kind of make sure it fits down in there. So, all right, show you more. Well, I know it's kind of hard for you to see there, but that's about where we're at. And I took and put some a piece of paper down in there, piece of paper towel, and then I took this thing here and I kind of made sure that I got as much of that off as I could. Maybe there's a little bit stuck right there yet. That's why we're double checking here. So, and then I'm going to take some of this Gorilla Booger I got here, somewhere, right here. This stuff right here. And then we're going to put that gasket up on there, run a couple of bolts in it to just kind of glue it on there, because I already know that this is going to be a booger bearer. So I'm going to put a little bit of this on here. Hopefully this is still good, and I don't got to go find some more somewhere. That looks like it's gotten hard as a rock. That's handy. I think there's still some soft in here. Let's see. Oh yeah. Well, let's put a little of that on here. This stuff is good for everything. Of course, it's not gas resistant or anything like that, but it will glue this onto that block. And that's basically what I want. I don't know if you can see it at all, what I'm doing, because I can't see the camera, so I can't tell you. I can just tell you, if you can't, well, I'm trying my best. Okay. Now let's stick this down on there. Oops. I didn't want to get it on my hand necessarily. Break my fingers off. We may have to cut through some of this. I don't know what it's going to look like. Let's put this in here. I just want to line them holes up because I have had them slip on me before. And then when you go to put it in, you can't get the screws to start, and that's a real big pain. So let's push that up on there good and let that dry. Okay, whilst that is drying, we can go ahead and go get down underneath because we need to put some VR1 in it. We got a new fuel filter. And I bought this stuff, this snake oil, rear main sealer. Because I know as soon as we start driving that thing will probably start leaking. So we're going to dump that in it too. So let's get down underneath and get the drain pan under it. Show you more. Okay. Oops. It looks like it's close to a 7/8. So hopefully we can get her broke loose with this. Oh yeah. Now, anybody want to take bets on how much fluid comes out of here? Because she's way over full and it's very gassy. Oh gosh, that's tough to get my arm back up in here. Alright, oh boy, I got a feeling this is going to be a mess. Alright, here we go. Let the flood waters begin. Look how runny that is. Well, it should have flushed the engine out good. Oh gosh. Yep, that's a mess. She's a mess. Oh. Do. Well, I got this thing. Can't even get this out of my rag here. There. Goodness. Wanted to kind of look at it a little and see. It looks pretty clean on the end. Boy, it's still coming out of there, guys. Wow. I may have to put that back in. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to put that back in. Oh boy, this will be fun. Well, it's not really slowing down, is it? Okay, here we go. We're going in. I know it's got to have at least a gallon of gas in it. Oh man, come on, baby. Alright, I got to get another pan. Alright, show you more. Well, I got that slid out of there without making too big of a mess. You know, it always gets a mess right where you gotta lay in it. Alright, let's take her out again. I think she was full now, I'm telling you. Here we go again. No wonder it didn't show any oil pressure. Ouch. Move that over a little bit. We're gonna get some chunks out of there now. Hasn't been changed since 2002, I think. Oh, I'm gonna have to. Now we're gonna have to shut her off again. And that one's full. Alright, let's get another pan under here. Surely, this one will catch her with it. Surely. Oh my goodness. I can't imagine. That thing had to really be full. Oh yeah, that'll get her all out of there. I know back in the day we used to put diesel fuel in them after they've been sitting a while and run it and then flush it out. But I never used gas, but I would think that'd be a little explosive. I don't know if you can see that on the video, probably not, but if I look out across there, I can just see the gas vapors coming out of that. So I think I'm just going to leave that open and let it sit there and air out some before we put oil back in it. We do need to get over on the other side and take off that upside down oil filter that's on these slant sixes. Yeah, not the best design, I don't think, but we're going to do that and let that vent out over there as well. Show you more. just have this strange feeling that this ain't gonna come off there too easy. Oh my God. I was right about that. Well, let's try this since I can't do it by hand. If this will work. Come on now. These things usually work pretty good. It's trying to move it. There's that. Now, of course, that pan ain't under it, so it's running right down onto the ground, so we'll have to clean all that up. That's unfortunate. Well, at least the gasket came off. Well, let's put the old new one back on there. I put some oil around the gasket, but I don't want to put any oil in it because it'll just pour out. Just have to let her be dry, I guess. All right, there's that.
All right. Did you place your bets on how much fuel oil came out of that? I guess that's what we would call this, right? I'd say that thing there probably holds better 2.5 gallons. I know that'll hold 5 quarts because I use that when I change my oil generally. And that's got to hold at least, I don't know, 10 quarts. That'd be, well, that's 2 gallons. Oh no, that'd be 2.5 gallons. That probably holds 2. That don't have very much in it. So yeah, there's a lot. But at least I know now where all my gas went to when I ran out of gas driving around the block. You saw that in a couple of videos back. So yeah, he was just dumping it all in the crankcase, I guess.
Well, hey, sorry for the interruption in today's video, but I wanted to take this short opportunity to let you know about Shop RCindustry. Yes, you can go to Shop RCindustry and you can get you this trucker's hat. Order online today. We also have shirts, white, gray, and black. And wintertime is coming, so get you a hoodie. We appreciate any purchase you make on Shop RCindustry. You can go to the About section in your phone, scroll down to the very bottom and click on that tab and it'll take you right there. All the proceeds are going back into the builds here at RCindustry. Here at RCindustry, we're making it just like brand used, baby. And now, back to your regularly scheduled video.
Okay, well, it's been about an hour, and I know this thing's not quite full, so because we had to use a little bit of this in Eric's truck. So this is 5 quarts, so there's probably 4.5 quarts here. So I'm gonna just pick this up and dump this in there. Like I said, it's just snake oil. I'm gonna try to see, because I got a feeling we're gonna have more than, we're gonna have some leaks probably. Let's see if we can get that opened up and dumped in there. Now, as far as the oil in this, I'm not even going to write the mileage down and the date, because we're going to run this thing for a week or two and then we're going to change it again, because I'm convinced that there's still probably a lot of gas residue in there. And so hopefully this oil will get, rounded up in there and sloshed around and all that good stuff. Well, I guess I never really thought before we do that, that gasket's probably glued on down there. Let's put that fuel pump on, because I don't know if that, it's open to the crankcase, but I don't know if we pour this down in there, is it going to run out that? That'd be a mess. So, yeah, let's switch gears here and do that. Now I'm going to take a little looper plate and put on here. Just up here where that rubs on that cam. Doesn't have to be a whole lot, but I know that there's not going to be much oiling at first. It's all gas in there now, or was pretty much. So All right, so let's see if we can get this on here, you know. Well, I guess I forgot to turn I went to move you and forgot to turn it on, but I got that threaded in there. That took a little bit of time, so it's probably a good thing I didn't film it after all. Let's see if we can tighten it up a little. Get down underneath it and lay all contortionist here in order to do so. Now, I read the instructions that came with this thing. Apparently this fuel pump fits all kinds of vehicles. That's why it's a little different, but on the outside here, but hopefully we can make it work. Oh man, quarter of an inch in the turn, or a quarter of a turn, I mean. Well, that's loud enough. That must be in their way. Let's tighten up the other side a little bit. Okay, well, I think I got that all snugged up. So let's see if we can get this on here. That worked. This one here, she might need a little convincing because hopefully that is going to work. Just go ahead and do that while we're doing this. What do you think? The problem is the carburetor used to work all right. Okay, I just want to make sure that didn't move this a little. All right, now let's tighten this up. There. Okay. All right, that looks pretty good there. Hopefully, we may have to snug that up a little bit. We'll see if it leaks. Something I did find, though, these tubes back here, if you're familiar with these slant sixes, which I really, I say I know some about them, but I don't know everything, that's for sure. Jason from Indirect Connections told me to watch, because you can see I got a lot of oil leakage here, and it doesn't look like it's coming from here, or, the gasket under here. And he told me to check those tubes, so I pulled one of the spark plugs out, and yep, sure enough, that little rubber gasket around that tube that sets back in there. What a design. I mean, but anyway, that thing's leaking, so I got to get some of those gaskets. I got to try to research a set of those and get those put on to see if I can stop some of this leaking. So, all right, let's put some oil in this thing. All right, got the 20 W-50 going in. I don't know how many quarts this thing takes, but I'm dumping all this in there. Just gonna dump her all in there. And I guess I better put on the coil wire. And my number one spark plug wire. I'll try to see if it's gonna run. Like I said, this didn't have quite 5 quarts, so it's going to wind up being about 4.5. So I don't know if that's enough or not. Hopefully that oil pump will pick this all up, because I know it only had like 5 pounds of oil pressure, and it usually runs about between 40 and 60. So definitely had some issues going on there. Oh, and by the way, I didn't tell you this, but we filled up 3 of these with the stuff we drained out of this. So these are 5 quarts. So that's 15 quarts of
something that was in the crankcase on this thing.
Well, let's go ahead and gauge this thing. Okay, so it's a half a quart low, and I don't know on these when it starts up if the filter will hold oil or not, because it's upside down. It doesn't sound like it would, but it might hold some. So we might be a quart low. I don't know. Let's see if it'll start. Now you guys watch that right down there and make sure we ain't got no leaks. Well, it looks like we got about 42 pounds of oil pressure. Yeah, so that looks okay. Let's go see if we got any leaks. Okay, did you all catch that? Well, she's leaking. She's leaking right there. So let's see. We'll tighten this up any. Oh yeah, quite a bit actually. See if that stops it. Don't need no leaks over here, that's for sure. Feels dry now. Let's start her back up again. Well, it doesn't appear to have any leaks. Definitely got some chattering going on in there. We need to adjust that. I bought a valve cover gasket. And I say that because most likely when we take this off, that gasket's going to be old and broken up. That's the case on it. Definitely running a lot better with good fuel pump on it. Yeah, let's give her a little gauge in here. I'd say it's probably going to be a quart low. It's a lot more than that low. It's not even on the stick. Wow. Does that thing hold that much oil up in there? Maybe it does. Doesn't appear to be leaking anywhere. Well, we're going to have to go get some more oil before we run it anymore. So let me get another quart of VR1 and we'll dump that in there. Show you more. Oh, yeah, well, it's been a day or so. It's been raining. Can you imagine that? So let's see. We need to put a quart of oil in this thing, and because that's where we left off the other day. And then I want to check the oil, and then I want to put some air in the tires, or make sure that we got enough air in the tires. And yeah, I think we may take this thing to the car show Saturday. So let's just pull an old gauge on this thing once. Yeah, she's a full quart low. So let's dump a quart in there. Just dump a quart. That's about right, because with the filter and everything, it probably takes 5 quarts. And we had robbed almost a quart out of that other one when we changed Eric's oil in his truck. So, oops, of course I got that all over the place. And we'll have to wipe that up. Yeah, we just got that all cleaned up yesterday, the day before, or whenever we was out here. Now we got oil. Well, let's see what we got here now. Yeah, she's on the full mark. Okay, I'm going to see if this thing will start. I'm going to back it up and move it over a little bit so my air hose won't quite reach this back tire. So let me see if it'll start. One good thing is that no water got in this thing, so we must have, it's not wet up here, and it's not no water down here, so we must have stopped the water from coming in up here around the windshield. So yeah, that's a plus. Cupacabre. Let's see if we can get the rest of this stuff off here. I never have cleaned these tires up. Well, I guess we'll put air in. We ought to check and see what we got. About 28, so yeah, it's a little low. These things have been on here about a year, but not got any miles on it yet. I don't know. What are you guys running your tires? I'm going to put about 32 in here. That's what that is right there. I don't know. You tell me. Let's see what we got on this one. So far, that one in the back on the other side was the only one low. Let's see what the front one looks like. Well, let's see here. Let's go put this up. We ought to fix these things so they're not falling around everywhere. I think they just need to be tightened up. What it looks like. Let me get a wrench. Now I think this one here is kind of bent a little bit. I don't know if that's the right size or not. I should know. It ain't the right size. Let's see if we can. This thing is bent. Let's see. We can move it at all. I feel like we might not be able to. Oh. Yeah. That's about where they need to be. We got to tighten that down. Let me get a. Does that look all right to you guys? I don't know. Brought this over to start with, all of them. Let's just see. It's got to be one of these in here. Certainly ain't none of them. Let's see. Oh, that one must be rounded off. Of course, it'd be nice if them things would work, but I ain't had time to fix any of that yet. Let's see if we can find us a license plate. So let's see if we can get that put on there. I think we could probably stick it on there anyway. Speaking of Power Tour, I'm going to be on Power Tour this year. The first 2 days of it. I'm not going to do the whole week. I just can't really get away for that long. But I hope to see some of you out there. And there's a couple of people that I hope to run into. Old Waylon up there, Waylon Wire. If you watch his videos, I don't know if you do. But he's planning on being there. And I think I heard Dalton say he was going to try Power Tour. It kind of surprises me, but we'll see if he comes. Give it a shot anyway. Not like that, we won't. Well, let's try rare then. Oh yeah, she'll start now. Last time I put one of these plates on a vehicle was the crusty Chrysler. We took that on Power Tour, gosh, 2021, 2022, something like that, I don't know. You'll have to go back and watch the video. Well, that's about all we're going to get done today, I'm afraid. I'd like to get more done, but I just don't think it's going to happen. Because it looks like it's going to rain again. I mean, it just rains. It's just raining all the time. So, with that said, I think we're going to end this video right here. We still got to get the carburetor put on this and tune it up, and we got to get those gaskets or O-rings for the spark plug tubes, because those are leaking. I mean, I sealed that one up yesterday, and I think it's going to hold for a while, but good news is roof's not leaking, so that's a plus. Good news is gas is not going into the crankcase, you know, that's good. Yeah, the wind's getting black over there. Wind's picking up. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna get this thing moved back out of the way, and I wanted to clean the tires up, but I don't know, we may just have to drive it just like this, I don't know. Hey, thanks for coming along. Be sure and like and share. And a big thanks to all of you that have subscribed, and also to all of you that have joined the channel. And there's a garage talk. That's all exclusive to members only. And so there's things out there, you know. But I just appreciate it. All that money, eventually, when they send me a check, or actually make a deposit into my account, all that's going to go right back into all the stuff we do here. Because you know, once we get this thing down to Sikeston and run it down the strip, well, I'm going to be selling this, and we're going to buy something else to, you know, resurrect, so to speak. So, not sure what that's going to be yet. I know somebody who's got a Plymouth Duster that they might be wanting to get rid of, so might check into that. I don't know. I don't know what's next, but right now we got to get this thing roadworthy, and I think the best thing to do is just take it out and drive it to that car show. It's only about 2 miles, so surely it'll make it 2 miles. You know. Anyway, again, thanks for watching, and as always, we're making it just like brand used here, baby.